In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. He who is guided by the will of Allah, no one can misguide him. And he who is misguided, no one can guide him except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Respected brothers and sisters and anyone who's watching us through MuslimDo application. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah let the peace and blessings be upon you. Today's Fixing Misconceptions episode will be about the concept of predestination or destiny or al-qadar. Actually, this concept, this word, which is qadar or qada wa qadar, destiny, predestination, fate, contains a lot of questions, and a good percentage of Muslims, for many reasons, they do have a lot of questions around this huge topic. Even though I personally, from my experience, believe that if this simple possible misconceptions, they were fixed based in a true, genuine knowledge, Sharia knowledge, the Muslim will be enjoying his faith amazingly. So today and the coming maybe 3 or 4 episodes, we will be dealing with the most important misconceptions with regard to the idea of fate or predestination. So we will be tackling the following concepts. Today, I will deal just with number 1, which is, are we forced to do what we are doing, or we have the free will to choose? Do we have the choice, or are we forced? God ordinated something, decided something, and we are just applying what has been ordinated or decided or written against us. This question comes to the mind of many Muslims because of misunderstanding of this superficial aspect of some Islamic texts, the misunderstanding for the text. So sometimes you need to understand the language. You need to understand the context. We have a text and we have a context. The context is basically the text. It comes in a context. There's something before, something after. The language itself, the context of the text, the metaphor, the rhetorical language, the main idea, the spirit of the language, the spirit of the deen itself, the religion, all of this together, sometimes you need to answer a question. It's not just simply because what comes into your mind is true or could be true. So one of the concepts that we are trying to solve, are we forced to do what we are doing, or we have free will? Second point is the types of the kinds of guidance, anwa' al-hidayah. We need to explain this so that we can understand the misconceptions with regard of dalal and hidayah, the misguidance and the guidance, because in some Quranic verses, Allah is mentioning clearly, for example, يُضِلُّ مَن يَشَاءُ وَيَهْدِي مَن يَشَاءُ إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي مَن يَشَاءُ. It's not up to you, O Muhammad, to guide whomever you will, but it's up to Allah to guide whoever He wills. Or another, يُضِلُّ مَن يَشَاءُ, He leaves to stray whomever He wills. So understanding these texts superficially, just in the top of the surface of the meaning, without going in depth and understanding the context and the connotation of the word and the text, could lead to some kind of misunderstanding. So it will be a misconception in the mind. So we will tackle. Then we will be tackling with the concept of maktub, the idea of written, because we have some texts that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written, some such and such. Allah has decided long time ago, maybe millions of years in our understanding, in our words, that this person will be created in a such way and he will be doing such and such, and it is written. And truly, yes, we have some authentic texts that when the person before he comes to this dunya, before his mother gives birth with him, for example, قال يأتي ملك, Allah will send an angel before when putting the soul, when the soul will be injected into the body, when this piece of flesh is still a piece of flesh inside the womb of the mother, an angel will come by the commandment of Allah, and he will, if I may put it, he will put or inject the soul inside the body. Then he will start being a human living body inside the womb. At that time, some authentic, صحيح, sound hadith, قال ويكتب أشقي أم سعيد, and it will be written whether he will be a happy person or a miserable person. So such superficial understanding for the text might lead some people to misunderstand the concept of كتب مكتوب, كتب الله, or it's maktub, written. We will try to elaborate, to explain, to make it easy, to fix the misconcept with regard of guidance, misguidance, and maktub, which is written. Then we will be dealing with another concept, which is, does Allah create evil? Does Allah accept the existence of evil? Yes, no, how, why? Does Allah create? If yes, is Allah happy from happens? Does it happen by His will? Does He give the permission for these things? Yes, no, why, how, when? You know, this kind of concepts in Arabic. هل يقبل الله? هل يرضى الله؟ هل يشاء الله؟ هل يسمح الله؟ هل يخلق الله? Does He create? Does He allow? Does He permit? Does He, so some people, they say, if Allah creates the evil, so means He is accepting the evil. Yes, no. So we need to fix some misconceptions with this regard as well, inshallah. And we'll try to highlight some of the very well-known, as I said, verses like إنك لا تهدي من أحببت لكن الله يهدي من يشاء. It's not up to you to guide whomever you will, O Muhammad, but it's up to Allah to guide whomever He wills. So maybe 4 to 5 episodes we will be dealing with these concepts. Today, I will be doing my best to cover just the first possible misconceptions in the package or the umbrella of fate, al-qadar. The first question: are we forced to do what we are doing, or we have the free will? From here we start. Why do you ask this question? Because some people who believe in the idea of that we are forced, okay, they misunderstand the concept. They believe, they consider, they are under the faith of that we are forced. Once they adopted that we are forced to do whatever we are doing, immediately comes the problematic question, which is, oh, Mr. Muslim, oh, Sheikh, oh, Doctor, how come that Allah will hold me accountable in the day of judgment, and I will be accountable for what I have done, even though I was forced to do what I've already done? He decided that on my behalf. He has written this. He decided on my behalf. So my way was already portrayed and digged for me, and I was forced to go through it, yet I will be held accountable. Where is justice? How come? So because some people think in this wrong way, we need to tackle this big problem starting from this point. This point is, are we forced to do what we are doing, or we have a free will? The answer, in a very simple words: our lives are divided into two parts, regardless of the percentage. We have two main parts in our life with this regard. Part of our lives, basically, we are forced. Yes, we don't have a choice. We don't no choice. It was ordained, decided, written, and it happened. Yes, that's true. But the good news, no accountability. Such as the place of my birth, such as the time of my birth, such as who is my father and my mother. Has anyone chosen his parents? The answer is no. Has any one of us chosen the time of his existence? No. You have not existed yet to take this decision. So you have no hand, no participation. No one consulted you. You were just in a time that Allah has already decided. You have no choice. So technically, you are forced to be, let's say, in the 21st century, in the 20th century. For example, the time, the place, have I chosen to be born in Canada or in the United States or in South Africa or north of China or in the mid of Japan or the mid of Saudi Arabia or in Jordan or Palestine? The answer is no. So there's no accountability. There is nothing such as, okay, come, because you were born in Jordan, and specifically in 1992 or 1971 or 72, you will go to the hellfire. But ya Allah, it was not my choice. You will go, no, a'udhu billah. A'udhu billah. This is impossible. Nothing will happen. So yes, I'm forced. By the way, all of us, we were forced to have our parents as God decided, as Allah decided. I have no choice in choosing my parents. The same thing is applicable on my parental, paternal and maternal uncles and aunts. I have not chosen my uncle or my aunt. I have not chosen. They are there. Khalas. It's a decision by Allah. I came to life and my uncle is my uncle, and that's it. I did not choose him. I did not choose my brothers and sisters. It's not my choice. I came and my brother is my brother, and that's it. It's Allah's decision. It's God's decision. So now, this is the first part. Take it easy. Are we forced? Yes, in part of our lives. Good news, anything you are forced to, there's no accountability. So please, simply close the file. Now let's come to the other part of our life. Anything else which comes under our control and our choice and our ability to do and not to do is part of the accountability, because it's under our choice, such as I can be a liar, God forbid, and I can say the truth. I can be a good person and a bad person. I can hit you without any valid reason because simply I decided to do so because I have the authority and the power. And I can be a nice, gentle person, even though I hold an authority and a power, but I did not misuse it. It's my choice. If I decided to do something, but I decided to be a thief, to steal the money of others, and I can simply, do my best to work to take illegal money to be a decent, nice, good citizen and person. So it's my choice. It's my choice to take drugs and to lose my control and to cause, harm, actions to others. It's my choice to drink alcohol. It's my choice. So therefore, I might lose part of my concentration or my full concentration. Then I might cause the death while driving my car to myself, to someone. It's my choice. So it's under my accountability. So taking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, having drugs, lying, stealing, making a theft, killing, being dishonest, fulfillment, dishonesty, all of these things and anything similar to these things are completely under our control. So do I have a law to tell me? Do I have a guide? Do I have a criteria or criterion for this, or criteria in general for what I'm doing? Yes, we call it God, the divine law, which is the Sharia for us, for example, to tell you what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad. We have the common sense. We have the general human laws. We have the inner nature. So we have the feeling, the conscious, the mind, power of intellect, the divine law, the human law, all of these things and meanings, we have them. So as long as I have the guide, I have the understanding, and I have the control and the ability to do and not to do, it's under my, it will be under the accountability. So by this, we have come to the end of today's episode. What was today's episode about? It was about a subtitle under the big umbrella of fate or predestination, al-qadar. The point was, in a simple word, are we forced to do what we are doing, or we have a free will? Actually, both. We are forced, but we are forced on, there is no accountability. And we have a free will. What we have a free will, there is accountability. So in our free will, we are supposed to do what should be done according to the divine law, because we have the understanding and the inner nature and the law and the free will. So accountability is waiting for us. I can accept my Lord as the creator, and I can reject him out of arrogance, like the Satan, Iblis. He has the choice. He decided, I don't want to prostrate for Adam. I don't want. So, and he will face the consequences. Simply, in the day of judgment, Iblis will be on the top of those who will be punished in the hellfire. Simply, like any criminal in our time now. The law is clear. No high speed. Be careful. No drug dealers. No, it's prohibited by law. So you can't stop doing. He decided to do it. Illegal. He wants to have more money. Illegal. So he did it. He was captured. Faced the consequences. The consequences could be imprisoned in a jail, and it could be capital punishment. It depends on the country, and it could be a sentence, for all of his life in the prison, and so on and so on. So I hope by this we have highlighted. Next Monday, inshallah. And by the way, this episode is broadcasted in Monday, in the same day. At the beginning of the broadcasting, I do it in Arabic. If you don't understand English, if you have someone who needs in Arabic, then at 8:15, I do it in English, the same topic. So next Monday, we will meet you if Allah decided by his will to stay alive. Inshallah, I will be with you to continue talking about the types of hidayah, or the kinds or types of guidance. Jazakumullah khairan for being with us through MuslimDo application. We are broadcasting from east of Canada. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.